This is December 17th, 2021, and work's kind of slowed down on the boat, physical work, because I've been doing mental work. Instead, just trying to figure out the shape on this cabin structure here, because if it's too big, it looks clunky, it looks silly. If it's too small, it's not useful. So it's, one of those compromise balance between different options sort of deal. So you can kind of see the shape of it there. So there's the top part of it will curve this way, and then the sides will come down like that. The sides will follow the curve of the deck, along like this. So the cover will come over and, curve, sort of like this kind of thing. So I think it'll look pretty good. I think it's a good height right now. My original sketch I'd done months and months ago was this. So this is the size of the cabin I was going to do on it. I've lengthened it a little bit more. It's a little bit bigger now. It comes out to about there. And the reason for that is so that when my feet are down here against this bulkhead, I've got about 6 feet 6 inches before the end of the cabin there. So I've got plenty of room for myself underneath there. And I think it'll look okay. So there's sort of a updated sketch version of what it'll look like. And I've sketched in some combings here. This is a little bit high. It'll be a little bit lower than that. But that sort of thing is what I'm aiming for. So I'm actually going to build the roof of this first. So I'm going to make a couple of female molds, make a female mold, and then I'm going to slice up some of this foam board, cut it basically into strips, and then put those strips inside the female mold. Fiberglass or use carbon fiber and epoxy basically on the inside of the mold to get the shape, then flip it over, smooth it all out on the top side, the side that'll be visible, and then put the cloth over the top of that. And then I'll be able to actually set it up on here again and eyeball it one more time from a height perspective. So, because this is pretty much the way I want the cabin top, I'm going to give it a little bit more of a rounder curve than this. So you can see this curve here is rounded in this area, and then kind of runs almost, but not quite straight out this way. So I'm going to round it up a little bit more like that in the final version, which will just give it a little bit more volume on the inside, and it really won't look all of that different. And then, but once I've got the whole cover made, the roof and everything made, then I can set it up on here again and take a look at everything and crawl in and out of it and play around with the idea, look at it from different angles before I actually put the sides on and do the forward aft bulkheads, this little bulkhead up here and this one back here. So before I do those, I'll get that all mocked up, and it'll be easier to see what it's actually going to look like and make sure it's not too big or too small. I can just raise or lower it a little bit if I need to, or change the angle slightly. So that's what I've been up to.